Next, I had an opportunity to visit the Australia Zoo Rescue Unit, an all-purpose veterinary hospital intended for the exclusive care of Australia Zoo's animals and all other wild native animals indigenous to Australia. This was one of Steve Irwin's dream-come-true accomplishments to have established, with the help from the Wildlife Warriors Group, a self-funded, leading state-of-the-art medical facility that in many ways mimics the high degree in care and compassion found in most human hospitals. My tour guide for the day was Miss Sarah Mans, who gave me a behind-the-scenes view of Australia Zoo's hospital and some of its patients.
We can go in here to get their body temperatures back up. We can also put baby koalas in here, little baby possums, little kangaroo joeys. You can see the little pouches that we've got made up for them down there. So they can sit there. Oh, is there a joey in here at the moment? There you go. He wasn't in there about 15 minutes ago, so it's always changing. The equipment on the right-hand side of the wall has actually all been donated by human hospitals, so we can still use that equipment for the animals. And the teddies up the back there have been donated by kids just like you, and we give those to the orphaned koala joeys. So the little baby koalas that don't have mum anymore, we give them those and they can snuggle up and feel a little bit more comfortable. So yeah, every joey gets a teddy.
Occasionally, the hospital will receive a sick or injured koala bear or baby kangaroo, otherwise known as a joey, from people who come across them as a result of them falling from a tree, being hit by an automobile, or sustaining an unidentified injury or illness which incapacitates the animal to where it can no longer fend for itself. During the admittance process to the Australia Zoo Hospital, the human rescuer is given the opportunity to name the animal that they have rescued. From that point forward, the animal is tagged and will receive free of charge medical treatment to get them back to good health. This particular patient is a koala bear who was brought into Australia Zoo Hospital as he was found to be suffering from something unknown. In order to properly diagnose the exact source of the problem, it was necessary for the medical staff to sedate him for a more thorough examination, which would include x-rays, a urinalysis, blood chemistry test, a weigh-in, and of course a good dental cleaning.
Feeling a bit dizzy when she climbs up the tree, huh? So I see koalas every day, but I never would have thought, oh, that one's got an ear infection.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes they're also brought in for other reasons, and when we check them over, we find more problems with them. But this is an amazing room here. In the old hospital, we all had to leave the room whenever they were taking x-rays because it was so small and cramped. We've got this big lead-lined door here now, so we can just close the door and do it all here. We've got anaesthetic fitted out on this table, so you can see the koala here is under anaesthetic at the moment. So again, it keeps them nice and calm, especially if we have to take multiple x-rays.
Where did that koala come from?
We're not looking at you anyway.
They're all wild koalas. And the digital imaging equipment in the back room there was donated by Fujifilm, and it means that we don't need to have a light board and we don't need any of the chemicals, and we don't need to print the x-rays out. You can see it straight away, which is really good.
Sorry. Don't mean to be distracted.
That's okay. We're in a hospital. Down the hall. So we've got around 80 koalas in care at the moment. This is one of our koalas from the intensive care unit, just getting a bit of sunshine and brought out into the nice fresh air.
And what's wrong with this one here?
He has pelvic injuries.
Oh, okay.
Car accident, I
Yeah, yep, hit by car. So lots of koalas brought in hit by cars. Especially now we're heading into breeding season, so a lot of the male koalas are out on the move trying to find breeding partners. But most of them are kept in these enclosures up the back here. So there's 4 big enclosures. The ones that you can see on the right hand side are for all of the internal trauma injury koalas. So all of those ones that have been hit by cars, attacked by dogs, have broken bones. They can stay in there for up to 8 months while their wounds heal and they learn how to climb again and that kind of thing. On the left hand side, it's all the koalas that have contagious diseases. So chlamydia, cystitis, conjunctivitis, that kind of thing. We would like to keep them really...
Chlamydia for koalas.
Yes, chlamydia for koalas. It's thought to have been brought to Australia with the introduction of sheep. So it's not human chlamydia, it's an animal strain, but yeah, that's where it originally came from. So they go in those wards, separate from the cleaner koalas. We don't want any crossover of diseases. And they go on a 28-day course of antibiotics until they're all cleared up and brought back into the wild.
From the intensive care unit of Australia Zoo Hospital, I visited the rainforest, a recuperative sanctuary for wild koala bears who are not yet ready to return home to the
I think
wild.
we should all be able to fit in one go.
Oh boy.
So we've got 8 little girls in here at the moment. They're all just over 1 year old. And they'll stay with us until they're about 4 kilos, which is when we deem that they're, which is why we have the tours on at this time. It's very cute. So we've tried to make this enclosure as lifelike as possible so that they can learn the skills that they need. We can't actually touch them as much as I wish I could give you a hug. We can't touch these girls because we want them to learn that humans are bad. So when they go back into the wild, they stay away from people because they need to learn how to survive. So that's why we can't touch them. Even though I know they're very cute, aren't they? Just because, ooh, to hug them, but we can't. But they are awake, which is very cool. So you can see them moving around. Because usually I come in here and they're all sleeping right up the top. So all they eat is gum leaf. These leaves here. That's how they get around. They jump from tree to tree. They don't like coming to the ground because that's where the dangers are, the cars and the dogs.
Well, I want to thank everyone for looking at the virtual tour of Australia Zoo. I want to thank a lot of special people for making this video production happen. Josh Ruffle, the curator of reptiles for Australia Zoo, and Kirby Orr, the media director for Australia Zoo. For my canine buddy Callie, I'm Phil Pika. We want to thank everyone for watching. Have a great day. Good day, mate.
Photo finish. Put your pictures up online. Photo finish. Better not get left too far behind.